One of the things that has grieved me most in the recent Christological debates, since 2015, 2016, is the throwing around sort of haphazardly from all sides of the debate. No side is innocent of this, of labels of heresy, labels of modalism, or whatever. We need to be gracious to one another. We need to strive for theological precision. We want to come to biblical conclusions. It's sometimes easier to articulate what the biblical material does not mean than it is sometimes to articulate what it does mean. We're going to come to a point and we're going to say, okay, at this point, we just have to accept that we are finite creatures and God is far above us. There is mystery in the Trinity. There is mystery at certain points in Christology. Sometimes mystery is, kind of a punt to mystery. We call something mystery too quickly. We want to get as far as we can with theological precision. But at the end of the day, we have to recognize the limitations of our own human reason and the greatness and majesty and otherness of God, right? And so we need to show charity to one another. And even in these debates, we might hear how a certain person or a certain group of people articulate their understanding of Christ. I mean, we might say, boy, that's not how historians have said it for centuries. That's not how the creeds say it. And in fact, I see some implications of that way of saying it that have problems. Okay, it's appropriate to think that. But to then label the person as a heretic, particularly when the person says, I believe Jesus is God. I believe God is one and three, right? And articulates certain things about theology proper and about Christ in an orthodox fashion. It is uncharitable then just to throw around labels of Arianism or whatever heresy. I love what Sinclair Ferguson says about this in The Whole Christ. He says, it is not always the case that individuals are comprehensive and consistent in following through their implications. And it is important not to impute a belief in those implications where they are in fact denied by the individual. So I've seen that, where someone says something, another person says, well, that is Arianism. And the person says, well, I'm not an Arian. And they articulate a non-Arian position. And the person then still just pounds, it's usually on Twitter, continues to pound, no, you're an Arian, no, you're an Arian, no, you're an Arian. I think Ferguson is right. It's better to say, listen, brother, do you see the implications of what you are saying? The implications of what you are saying might lead to Arianism. Like, it's okay to say that, but we can't impute a belief to somebody when they explicitly deny it and affirm, in that case, the deity and humanity of Christ.